This is kind of weird. I was walking down the street today, right? And I saw a friend of mine, and he waved to me from across the street. And I wanted to wave back, but I was eating a peach. And I had a newspaper in the other hand, so I just waved the peach at him. I feel like I was going, look, I have a peach! Look what a fine peach it is! I am very fruitful indeed. I am very fruitful, yes. This is kind of sad. I saw this guy on a bicycle, and he wasn't really paying attention to where he was going. And he was about to go between a parts car and a cab. And I could see that the woman in the cab was about to open the door, and he was going to get nailed. And I want to yell something to him, but it was too much to say in too little time. I was like, hey, she's going to open the door of the cab and get hit on the bike and go flying and get hurt. And I didn't have time for all that, so I just yelled out, bad thing! I don't think that was specific enough, because he's dead now. Anyway, I'm trying to quit smoking. I think I smoke too much. I smoke in the shower. I think it's a sign it's getting a little out of hand. Smoking is stupid, and as a smoker, it doesn't really dawn on you until those times like when you smoke, when you're sick, when you have a flu, and you're coughing up furry animals and tickets to the ice capades, but you keep smoking, you force it down your throat like it's your job or something, you know? You wake up, you're like, oh, Jesus. That's when you realize you might as well be taking a cheese grater and going, hey, this will probably really hurt, but what the hell? Used to do a lot of drugs, too. I used to do acid a lot. When I did so much acid the next morning, I was trying to get frequent flyer points for what happened to me. I went to France on a giant bug. I want some bonus miles. I used to drink. At least I learned from drinking. Drinking gives you an education, you know? Like, one thing I learned is if you ever go Christmas caroling, you should go with a bunch of people. Because, well, when you go alone and drunk, it takes the whole thing out of it, you know? And it's also good to go around December. I think that's really the best time of year. Somehow when you go in July and you're outside your ex-girlfriend's house naked with a bottle of bourbon and a rock, jingle bells! You suck! So, I got myself in a really embarrassing situation today. I don't know if you've ever done this. You know when you tell somebody a story and then a week later you tell them the same story again because you forgot? And by this time you've added a bunch of lies to it and you've... I lie a lot, you know? Because the way I look at it, if I have something interesting to say, I don't really care if it's true. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it. But when you lie as much as I do, you have to keep charts and stuff, you know? It's like the other day I was telling this guy a funny story about something that happened to me, but it didn't really happen to me. It happened to somebody else and I was just lying and saying it was me. And all of a sudden I realized that I was talking to the guy that it happened to. He was like, that wasn't you, that was me. What is wrong with you? That's what happened to me.